15 signs that you should cut all contact with someone. Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." Now imagine applying this wisdom to your relationships. What if the signs are all there, telling you it's time to cut ties, but you're overlooking them? In today's episode on Stoic in Your Life, we dive deep into the crucial signs that indicate when it's essential to sever connections with someone, not just to preserve your peace, but to safeguard your well-being. From recognizing toxic patterns to understanding when your values are consistently undermined, we will explore how these red flags can ultimately impact your mental health and personal growth. Stay tuned as we unpack these transformative insights that might just redefine your social boundaries. We're eager to hear about your experiences too, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's embark on this enlightening journey together. One, consistent lack of respect. In our journey through life, we continuously navigate through a myriad of relationships that challenge our resilience and test our personal values. Among the signs that a relationship, whether personal, professional, or social, is turning detrimental, one crucial indicator stands out: consistent lack of respect. What does persistent disrespect look like, and how profoundly can it affect our lives? It is not merely about occasional misunderstandings or momentary lapses in judgment. Rather, it involves a continuous pattern that systematically diminishes your essence and blatantly disregards your emotional needs. Consider the experience of being repeatedly interrupted, subjected to harsh non-constructive criticism, or encountering someone's deliberate indifference toward your feelings. Each of these actions significantly erodes the foundational trust and safety that are essential for any significant connection. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once wisely stated, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Reflect on this profound statement. How will these experiences shape your life if allowed to continue unchecked? Is it not plausible that enduring such persistent disrespect could lead to a decline in mental health, thereby affecting your self-perception and overall self-worth? Choosing to step away from such toxic dynamics is not an act of selfishness, nor is it an abandonment. It is a necessary act of self-preservation. This step involves safeguarding your mental peace and personal integrity, preventing the degradation of self-esteem, and stopping the buildup of resentment. By setting and rigorously enforcing clear boundaries, you not only protect yourself from emotional harm, but also cultivate an environment where mutual respect is not just expected, but inherently practiced. Now I invite you to pause and reflect. How often have you found your boundaries overlooked or outright violated in the face of consistent disrespect? Imagine the peace and personal growth awaiting you once you assert your worth and distance yourself from those who fail to recognize your value. Isn't it time to prioritize relationships that truly enrich your life and sever ties with those that deplete your energy and spirit? Recognizing and addressing these signs of disrespect is crucial in fostering healthier, more respectful and fulfilling relationships. This is a moment for renewal and growth, where you can learn to cherish those who treat you with the respect you inherently deserve and to firmly close the door on relationships that do not meet this fundamental criterion. This proactive approach not only preserves your well-being, but also empowers you to engage in more positive and uplifting interactions, enhancing your ability to thrive in environments that respect and honor your contributions. 2. Negative effects on mental health. As we chart our course through the tempests and tranquility of life, it becomes essential to navigate with the guiding principles of Stoic wisdom, which serve as a beacon in our interactions and personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, a stalwart of Stoic philosophy, encapsulated this guiding principle beautifully. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This insight is particularly vital when we evaluate the profound effects our interpersonal relationships have on our mental well-being. Relationships that consistently evoke feelings of anxiety, sadness, or undue stress can stealthily undermine our health, not just emotionally, but physically. Such states, though often dismissed as mere emotional fluctuations, can lead to significant disruptions in our physical health, manifesting symptoms like insomnia, chronic fatigue, or digestive disturbances. More critically, these emotional upheavals challenge our ability to live virtuously according to Stoic principles. Stoicism advocates not merely enduring life's adversities but actively shaping our environments to nurture our well-being and uphold virtue. Acknowledging the destructive impact of toxic relationships marks a pivotal act of self-care and an affirmation of our inherent right to a supportive and nurturing environment. This recognition is the first step on the path to recovery and growth. It demands the fortitude to make tough decisions, such as reducing or severing ties with individuals who consistently cause emotional turmoil. These decisions, although difficult, are crucial for maintaining mental equilibrium and fostering a life aligned with Stoic virtues. In the process of reevaluating our social ties, it becomes imperative to foster relationships that are uplifting and conducive to our personal and moral growth. The support of empathetic friends, understanding family members, or the guidance of mental health professionals can be invaluable during this transformative period. As Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Embracing this wisdom can guide us in forming and maintaining enriching relationships. By intentionally cultivating such positive connections, we not only safeguard our mental health, but also reinforce our dedication to living by Stoic tenets. This involves a commitment to seeking tranquility and practicing virtue, essential pillars for a meaningful and fulfilling life. In doing so, we ensure that our existence not only reflects the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, but also resonates with the deep satisfaction and peace that come from living authentically and virtuously. Through this approach, we affirm our commitment to continual personal growth and the application of Stoic principles in modern life, steering us toward resilience, inner peace, and genuine contentment. 3. Misaligned values. When our personal values are consistently at odds with those of someone else, navigating through our daily interactions can become as daunting and disorienting as trying to find our way in a tempest without a compass. Consider every decision we face not merely as a choice, but as a profound test of our integrity, challenging us to the core, forcing us to question not only the decisions we make, but also the very principles that define who we are. This scenario goes beyond mere disagreements or differences in opinion. It represents a fundamental conflict that cuts to the very essence of our identities, pitting our sense of what is just and right against opposing viewpoints. Let's delve into the story of Maya, a diligent and visionary entrepreneur who co-founded a business with a close friend. Initially, it seemed that their visions and ethics were perfectly aligned. However, as the business began to grow and the stakes became higher, Maya noticed a shift in her partner's approach, an increasing willingness to sacrifice ethical standards for quicker profits. This stark difference in values wasn't just a minor issue, it became a major point of contention deeply troubling Maya. Each day brought with it new ethical dilemmas, each decision making her increasingly uncomfortable. This constant ethical conflict didn't just strain their business relationship, it began to deeply affect Maya's personal well-being, leading to significant stress and anxiety, which spilled over into all areas of her life. Confronted with such a profound dilemma, Maya faced a critical decision point. Should she continue to compromise her core values for the sake of business success and relationship harmony, or should she take decisive action to align her professional actions with her personal ethics? Ultimately, Maya chose the latter, redefining the terms of her business partnership and setting strict boundaries about what practices would be acceptable. This decision was not just about business ethics, it was about preserving her mental health, and ensuring that her professional life reflected her deepest convictions. Establishing clear boundaries is essential in such situations. It helps us preserve our sense of self and ensures that our environment supports and reflects our core beliefs. Making these difficult choices is undoubtedly challenging. It involves navigating through feelings of loss, betrayal, and isolation. However, such decisions are crucial for maintaining our authenticity and mental well-being in the long run. Have you ever been in a situation where your fundamental values were challenged? How did you respond to ensure you stayed true to yourself? By addressing these conflicts head-on, we do much more than just protect our mental health. We affirm our commitment to living authentically, according to our deeply held principles. Such decisions not only help us resolve internal conflicts, but also allow us to build and sustain relationships that are based on true value alignment. Remember, every decision that honors our fundamental beliefs not only shapes our present, but also profoundly influences the harmony and authenticity of our future. 4. Feeling of constant drain. In our journey through the intricate tapestry of life, relationships stand as pivotal chapters that can either nourish the soul or deplete it. The wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Seneca resonates deeply here. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. This profound insight is particularly pertinent when assessing the health of our interpersonal connections. A relationship that serves as a sanctuary of mutual support and revitalization enriches life, whereas one that perpetually drains our spirit, detracts from our well-being, and stifles our growth. Consider the all-too-common scenario where interactions with a particular individual leave you consistently drained. This might manifest in various disheartening ways: emotional fatigue after each meeting, a noticeable decline in enthusiasm for activities that once brought joy, or a lingering feeling of sorrow or worry. Such symptoms are clear indicators that a relationship is more parasitic than symbiotic, disproportionately consuming your emotional and physical energy rather than replenishing it. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, taught the importance of understanding what lies within our control. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, Aurelius wrote. This wisdom is crucial when navigating the complexities of relationships that sap our energies instead of supporting our aspirations. When our personal and professional growth is hindered by another's influence, it is a sign that these connections may need reevaluation. Acknowledging when you are mired in a cycle of constant draining is the first step towards change. Identifying this dynamic allows for a critical assessment and, potentially, a restructuring or cessation of these harmful interactions. Establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries is not just beneficial, it is essential for mental and emotional health. It lays the groundwork for fostering environments that truly nurture and sustain us. Making the choice to prioritize our well-being is an act of profound self-care and essential Stoic practice. It ensures that we surround ourselves with people who positively contribute to our lives, allowing us to flourish and strive towards being our best selves. By distancing ourselves from draining relationships, we make space for new, enriching connections that truly value and energize our spirit. As we contend with the complexities of modern life, let us embrace the Stoic approach, severing ties with negativity and fostering relationships that elevate and fulfill us, thereby embodying the Stoic ethos in our daily lives. Before we move on to the next part, please take a moment to pause, as we would like to thank you for watching this video. Your presence is a great motivation for the Stoic community to continue to expand and develop. We are always ready to listen to your thoughts and share about Stoicism, or simply see a comment with the number 1. Now, let's continue our journey. 5. Manipulation. Manipulation, whether it manifests emotionally or behaviorally, starkly contradicts the Stoic values of authenticity and honesty. which are vital for fostering genuine and respectful relationships. This deceitful behavior employs clever and often covert tactics designed to sway or control others, effectively masking the manipulator's true intentions and misleading the target of the manipulation. In any relationship where manipulation is present, it warps the perception of reality for all individuals involved, severely undermining their capacity to make free and informed choices. When we find ourselves under the sway of manipulation, it clouds our judgment and hinders our ability to evaluate situations and make decisions with clarity and rationality. This state of confusion and perpetual indecision leaves us constantly questioning our own perceptions and decisions, eroding our confidence and sense of self. Moreover, manipulation directly attacks an individual's dignity and integrity. It exploits emotional vulnerabilities with the aim of securing personal advantages. This type of behavior not only erodes the foundations of mutual trust and respect, but also inflicts lasting damage on the self-esteem and emotional well-being of the person being manipulated. Therefore, it's essential to recognize and confront manipulative situations in our personal and professional lives. Identifying such behavior is the first step towards defending our autonomy and integrity. Depending on the severity of the manipulation, this might involve setting strong personal boundaries or, in more extreme cases, cutting ties completely with the manipulative individual. By decisively rejecting and removing the influence of manipulation from our lives, we reaffirm our commitment to the principles of honesty and authenticity. This crucial step helps preserve our ability to make clear and rational judgments and maintains our dignity and respect for ourselves and others. This fosters the development of healthier and genuinely respectful relationships, which contribute significantly to our overall well-being. Take, for example, Sarah, a diligent project manager whose self-confidence began to erode due to the subtle yet persistent undermining by her supervisor. On the surface, her supervisor appeared supportive, often publicly praising her efforts. However, in private, he would dismiss her ideas, planting seeds of doubt, a classic sign of manipulation. Once Sarah recognized these manipulative patterns, she addressed the issue by setting clear boundaries in her interactions with her supervisor, thus regaining control over her professional environment. This not only restored her confidence in her own judgment but also reinforced her position within her team. Can you think of times when you might have experienced or witnessed similar manipulative behavior? How did it affect your decisions or those around you? Reflecting on these questions can help you recognize the signs of manipulation and empower you to take action, ensuring that your relationships are built on respect and transparency. Ultimately, eliminating manipulative influences from our lives is crucial for maintaining our integrity and respect, thus supporting the formation of healthier, genuinely supportive relationships. This insight is a vital lesson in valuing ourselves and ensuring our social circles are comprised of positive, sincere individuals. 6. Lack of trust. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, whether it is personal, professional, or social. The absence of trust, however, poses a profound challenge. Imagine navigating a relationship bereft of trust, where doubts cloud every interaction and sincerity is constantly questioned. Stoicism, a philosophy grounded in virtue, wisdom, and rationality, teaches us the importance of inner harmony and understanding, guiding us to recognize when relationships are detrimental rather than supportive. Consider the dynamics of a relationship devoid of trust. How can you comfortably share your innermost thoughts and emotions if you are perpetually wary? Without trust, the fabric of the relationship is compromised. Every conversation is potentially laced with hidden meanings. Every action, possibly a cause for suspicion. This atmosphere turns every minor misunderstanding into a potential crisis, fostering an ongoing state of fear and insecurity that stifles both personal growth and collective understanding. Why is vulnerability crucial in forging deeper connections? The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius believed in embracing fate and the connections it brings with all one's heart. Vulnerability allows for the exchange of our deepest hopes, fears, and aspirations. Without a foundation of trust, our relationships are likely to remain superficial, never reaching the depth where genuine connections thrive. What steps can be taken if you find yourself in a relationship starved of trust? It begins with confronting the issue head-on. This may involve starting difficult but necessary conversations about the doubts and insecurities each person is experiencing. Sometimes professional intervention by a mediator or therapist may be crucial in addressing these deeply rooted issues. Establishing and respecting new commitments can gradually rebuild trust, laying new groundwork for a stronger relationship. According to Stoicism, investing in the restoration of trust transcends the immediate relationship. It enhances our overall capacity to engage with the world in a meaningful way. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Not how long, but how well you have lived is the main thing." This sentiment underscores the importance of enriching our relationships with trust and authenticity, aiming to live well and meaningfully. In the broader narrative of our lives, recognizing when to mend and when to end relationships is essential. This decision, imbued with Stoic wisdom, challenges us to consider, when confronted with relentless distrust, might the more harmonious path be to part ways? How will this choice shape the narrative of your life and contribute to your overall well-being? Reflect on these questions, and consider how embracing or severing ties might lead to greater peace and harmony in your life. The wisdom of Stoicism not only offers a lens through which to view our relationships, but also guides us in making decisions that foster inner tranquility and life satisfaction. 7. Abuse. In today's fast-paced world, it is vital to discern when certain relationships impede our inner peace and contravene our fundamental values. This discernment becomes especially critical when confronting abuse, which can manifest in myriad forms: physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological. Such behaviors starkly contravene Stoic principles, which prioritize dignity and mutual respect as the bedrock of human interaction. Abuse not only inflicts immediate and profound personal trauma, but also deteriorates the moral fabric of society, undermining the essence of virtuous and respectful conduct. Echoing the wisdom of Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury," it becomes clear that distancing oneself from toxic relationships is not simply a reactionary measure but a profound act of self-care and moral imperative. This aligns with the Stoic commitment to living a life marked by virtue and balance, striving for tranquility of mind and harmony of spirit as essential, attainable goals. Making the decision to cut ties with an abusive relationship is a crucial protective measure, safeguarding oneself from further harm and reaffirming one's self-esteem. This step, although essential, can be fraught with challenges such as potential social isolation and emotional dependency on the abuser, which can seem insurmountable. However, it is vital to lean on support networks consisting of friends, family, and specialized professionals who can provide the necessary guidance and understanding during this tumultuous period. This pivotal decision marks the commencement of a journey toward recovery and renewal, presenting an opportunity to rebuild one's life on the firm foundations of self-respect and mutual respect. It necessitates a redefinition of our expectations from ourselves and others in terms of treatment and interaction. By actively choosing to remove abuse from our lives, we not only liberate ourselves from harmful dynamics, but also fortify our commitment to higher ethical standards and the relentless pursuit of well-being, a fundamental right of every individual. This reaffirmation of Stoic principles in the face of adversity showcases the enduring relevance of Stoicism in contemporary life. It reinforces the concept that true peace and freedom are not derived from external conditions, but from mastering our internal responses and maintaining our moral integrity across all circumstances. This philosophical stance empowers us to navigate life's challenges with resilience and to maintain a steadfast commitment to our core values, regardless of external pressures. 8. Absence of growth or mutual support. In relationships where there is a notable absence of growth or mutual support, a stagnant environment can ensue, significantly hindering our personal development and our ability to make positive contributions to those around us. This stagnation not only restricts our personal evolution but also poses a formidable barrier to reaching our highest potential. In any thriving relationship, it's imperative to recognize that growth and mutual support are not merely beneficial, they are crucial. These elements serve to enrich us personally and to reinforce the bonds that connect us to others. If these critical components are missing, relationships may devolve into one-sided or purely functional engagements, where the primary focus shifts to fulfilling basic obligations or maintaining superficial appearances, rather than cultivating deep, meaningful connections and mutual enrichment. It becomes essential, therefore, to continuously evaluate the dynamics of our relationships to ensure that we are part of an environment that not only respects and values our contributions, but also actively encourages and celebrates our growth and well-being. Imagine discovering that the essential elements of support and growth are conspicuously absent from your relationships. This realization should act as a catalyst for initiating discussions about shared expectations and goals, potentially leading to a recalibration of how you interact to ensure mutual benefits and development. In situations where mutual support and continuous growth are consistently missing, it might be necessary to reassess the long-term sustainability of these relationships. This doesn't always lead to ending the relationships abruptly, but might instead require a thoughtful redirection or redefinition of interaction dynamics, ensuring that all parties involved have the opportunity to thrive. Consider the narrative of Alex and Sam, both of whom were budding entrepreneurs and initially supportive of each other's endeavors. Over time, Alex noticed that Sam's interest in his business ideas waned, his encouragement dwindled, and he often disregarded Alex's achievements. This erosion of support led Alex to question the benefit of their relationship. After a heartfelt discussion, they realized that their expectations and aspirations had diverged significantly. By restructuring their relationship to focus more on professional support and less on personal involvement, they were able to preserve a relationship that continued to support their individual growth paths. So how often do you assess the dynamics of your relationships? Are you ensuring that your interactions not only respect and value you, but also promote and celebrate your growth? Taking steps to revitalize or adjust these relationships can open new avenues for personal and collective growth, transforming stagnant interactions into sources of inspiration and progress. This, in turn, strengthens your ability to live fully and contribute positively to the lives of others, ensuring that your relationships align with your deepest values and aspirations. What steps will you take today to ensure your relationships are rich with mutual growth and support? If you've watched up to this point, that's truly wonderful. You're on the journey of the Stoics. Please share anything that you have learned, or what impressed you the most in our recent explorations. If you're still unsure, you can leave a comment saying, "I am a Stoic." Shall we continue on this journey together? 9. Persistent selfish behavior. Persistent selfish behavior significantly undermines the foundational principles of healthy relationships, which fundamentally rely on a balanced interplay of give and take. This equilibrium is essential not only for the relationship's vitality, but also for the personal growth and satisfaction of each individual involved. Consider the long-term effects of consistently setting aside your own needs to prioritize another's wishes without receiving anything comparable in return. Such imbalances not only destabilize the core mutual support structure necessary for a thriving relationship, but also impair each individual's ability to maintain inner peace and uphold virtuous practices. Stoicism, an ancient philosophical tradition, underscores the importance of moderation, fairness, and, most critically, justice in all actions. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor and philosopher, once proclaimed, "Justice is the source of all the other virtues." In the context of relationships, when one party persistently prioritizes their own needs at the expense of the others, this behavior is a direct contradiction to Stoic ideals. Over time, this one-sidedness can severely erode the relationship's foundation, making it increasingly skewed and unstable. Such unchecked selfishness may foster a breeding ground for resentment and frustration. Without resolution, these emotions can significantly weaken the bond between individuals, leading potentially to its ultimate breakdown. It is therefore crucial to acknowledge and address instances of selfish behavior to sustain any relationship. This process might entail engaging in an open and truthful conversation about what each party needs and expects from the relationship. Reflect on this critical question. How can we reinstate a balance where both individuals feel equally appreciated and respected? In some scenarios, it might be necessary to establish firm boundaries or reassess the relationship's dynamics altogether to ensure a restoration of mutual respect and reciprocity. Implementing these measures not only protects the dignity and integrity of each person involved, but also enhances the relationship, fostering a more balanced and harmonious growth. By cultivating an environment where selflessness and mutual consideration are prevalent, we reinforce our dedication to the Stoic virtues of justice and virtue, essential for both personal development and collective well-being. As you consider the dynamics of your own relationships, it's important to evaluate whether there is a healthy exchange of support and care. Are you contributing to an environment that embodies the Stoic virtues? What steps can you initiate to ensure that justice and fairness transcend being mere ideals and become tangible realities in your daily interactions? Engaging in this type of reflection and proactive adjustment is crucial for nurturing relationships that are not just sustainable but also deeply enriching and satisfying. 10. Destructive communication. In the complex network of human relationships, the importance of communication stands paramount. It is fundamentally the cornerstone upon which deep, meaningful connections are established, and a mutual understanding is cultivated. When the dynamics of communication shift towards being predominantly critical, negative, or outright destructive, it not only compromises our emotional stability and inner peace, but also threatens to dismantle the very foundations of our relationships. The Stoics, philosophers who deeply valued harmony and equilibrium in all human exchanges, emphatically believed that communication should aspire to uplift and positively contribute to the growth and well-being of everyone involved. Reflecting on this philosophy, Zeno of Citium, one of the founding figures of Stoic thought, aptly remarked, "Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." This adage highlights the profound impact our words can have. It serves as a reminder that a pattern of communication that consistently causes distress is a stark signal that transformative change is necessary. Negative interactions chip away at the bedrock of trust and respect, potentially leading to emotional exhaustion, mounting frustration, and an inevitable distancing between the individuals involved. In situations where words are wielded as tools to belittle rather than to bolster, the true essence of communication, to connect and enrich lives, is tragically obscured. To reclaim the positivity that should define our interactions, it is crucial to pinpoint these destructive patterns and confront them head-on. This might involve establishing explicit norms that staunchly discourage negativity and encourage an atmosphere of open, respectful dialogue. In certain cases, the intervention of a mediator or counselor might be indispensable in redirecting conversations toward a healthier and more productive course. Echoing the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, another esteemed Stoic philosopher, who once stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We see the application of this philosophy in our communicative practices. Recognizing that shifting from destructive to constructive communication patterns is essential for sustaining lasting and meaningful relationships aligns with Stoic principles of fostering uplifting interactions and creates an environment where everyone feels genuinely heard, respected, and valued. By integrating these Stoic principles into our daily interactions, we not only enhance our personal relationships, but also imbue our lives with a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment, showcasing the enduring relevance of these ancient teachings in today's complex world. Therefore, as we navigate the nuances of modern life, adopting these refined communication strategies can transform potential conflicts into opportunities for deepening connections and enriching mutual understanding, thus strengthening the bonds that hold us together in both personal and professional spheres. 11. Disregard for personal needs. Have you ever found yourself feeling overlooked or marginalized in a relationship where your personal needs and boundaries are persistently ignored? This situation can significantly erode your self-respect and disturb your inner peace, leaving you to feel like a mere backdrop in someone else's scenario. In Stoicism, respect and mutual consideration are not merely polite behaviors, but are essential for the cultivation of virtue and emotional resilience. Consider a typical situation in today's hectic world. Imagine you are deeply involved in an important project at work, requiring focus and commitment, yet your partner persistently plans impromptu activities or demands attention in ways that show little regard for your professional obligations. This ongoing disregard for your personal needs could be a signal that your relationship is fundamentally misaligned with your ethical and personal principles, a serious red flag in any interpersonal connection. When another person continually neglects or minimizes what is important to you, the impact extends beyond mere frustration. Such behavior can actively prevent you from living a life that is true to your values, stifling your personal growth and development. It can make it challenging to pursue aspirations or opportunities that resonate with your authentic self. Recognizing and addressing these dynamics within your relationships is not just advisable, it is necessary. How do you typically respond when your needs are overlooked? Have you ever attempted to establish clear boundaries, or perhaps you've considered more drastic measures, such as reassessing or even ending the relationship? In some situations, the most effective action is to communicate your needs explicitly and to establish firm boundaries that protect your dignity and promote an environment of mutual respect. However, there are instances where, despite your best efforts, the only viable solution may be to reassess and perhaps terminate relationships that continue to disregard your fundamental needs. Taking these steps not only reinforces your position within your interpersonal connections, but also creates a space where honesty and respect can thrive. This contributes to fostering healthier, more gratifying relationships overall. To truly live up to the Stoic ideals in our personal interactions, it is crucial to ensure that our boundaries are not merely acknowledged, but actively respected. Reflect on your current relationships. Are they supporting your well-being and growth, or are they obstacles on your path to personal excellence? By proactively managing how you are treated in your relationships, you can align them more closely with Stoic values of respect, virtue, and mutual consideration, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, the level of respect you command in your relationships often mirrors the respect you assert and maintain. This alignment with Stoic principles not only enhances your personal relationships but also empowers you to live a life that is rich in dignity and mutual respect. 12. Absence of mutual accountability. In the fabric of deeply meaningful relationships, the principle of mutual accountability is absolutely crucial, not merely for the maintenance of these relationships, but for their flourishing, rooted in fairness and justice. Imagine a relationship where one partner consistently evades acknowledging their mistakes or shortcomings. This avoidance does not merely lead to an imbalance. It sows seeds of injustice and discontent that challenge the very foundation of the relationship. Such behavior is in stark contrast with the Stoic virtues of honesty and justice, which are considered essential for personal integrity and the harmony of communal interactions. Reflecting on the wisdom of Epictetus, who taught that we have no control over external events, only our responses to them, it's clear that in relationships, this philosophy underscores the critical importance of each individual taking responsibility for their own actions. When one partner consistently shirks this responsibility, the burden unfairly shifts to the other, who must compensate not only for their own lapses, but also for their partner's avoidance. This disproportionate burden can lead to deep-seated feelings of resentment and frustration, which, if left unaddressed, could erode the underlying trust and respect, both of which are absolutely crucial for sustaining any meaningful relationship. This brings us to an important question. Why is it so crucial for both individuals in a relationship to engage in honest self-assessment and maintain open communication about their actions and the consequences thereof? The answer lies in the value of acknowledgement. By recognizing their failures, sincerely apologizing, and making genuine efforts to correct problematic behaviors, partners can strengthen the foundational trust and integrity of their relationship. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once stated, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In the context of relationships, this suggests that maintaining accountability helps partners avoid mirroring negative behaviors, instead fostering a relationship where mutual respect and trust can flourish. Now take a moment to consider. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where mutual accountability was notably absent? How did this impact your emotional and mental well-being? Reflecting on these questions can help us understand the vital role that accountability plays in our relationships, guiding us toward more balanced and equitable interactions. By consciously nurturing mutual accountability, we not only align our relationships with the core teachings of Stoicism, but also create a nurturing environment that promotes both individual and joint growth. This proactive approach enhances personal satisfaction and epitomizes the essence of living a life grounded in Stoic wisdom, promoting justice and integrity in every personal interaction. 13. Inconsistent support during crucial times. In a world that often tests our resolve and capacity for resilience, the support we receive from those around us can serve as a crucial lifeline. Stoicism, a philosophical stance that has endured the trials of time, teaches us the invaluable importance of presence and steadfast support in our relationships. It argues that our reactions during critical times, such as during a friend's illness, a family member's loss, or a colleague's personal crisis, are not just acts of kindness but reflections of our character and commitment to those we care about. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. This quote by Seneca highlights the importance of being present and supportive, underscoring that true strength lies in our capacity to stand by others when they need us the most. When someone consistently fails to show up during these pivotal moments, it not only questions their reliability, but also diminishes the essence of a reciprocal and caring relationship, the very foundations upon which trust is built. Stoic philosophy views these critical moments as the ultimate tests of integrity and relationship quality. A repeated absence when support is most needed suggests a lack of genuine concern, which directly contradicts the Stoic values of empathy and mutual assistance. The resultant feelings of abandonment and isolation can deeply affect one's mental and emotional health. Hence, it becomes essential, albeit difficult, to reassess such relationships. True companionship, according to Stoic wisdom, should be characterized by unwavering support and reliability, a sanctuary in times of storm. Taking decisive action to distance oneself from relationships that lack support during crucial times does more than safeguard one's emotional well-being. It reaffirms one's standards for what meaningful connections should entail. This aligns with the Stoic principle which advises us to surround ourselves with people who positively and authentically contribute to our lives. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "People exist for one another. You can instruct or endure them." This wisdom encourages us to either help improve our relationships through constructive feedback and shared growth, or to bravely move forward without those who consistently let us down. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is battling their own hardships, the value of true support cannot be overstated. By choosing to be surrounded by genuine, supportive relationships, we not only enhance our lives but also stay true to the Stoic aim of living a virtuous life. Thus, evaluating the reliability of our companions and ensuring they meet our emotional and psychological needs during critical times is not just wise. It's necessary for our well-being and personal growth. 14. Chronic undermining of achievements. When someone in your life consistently undermines or belittles your achievements, it can feel like a blow to your self-esteem and inject a dose of negativity into your relationships. This behavior might include dismissive comments, a sense of envy, or a refusal to acknowledge and celebrate your milestones. Such attitudes create an unwelcome atmosphere where you feel undervalued and your efforts seem unappreciated, not only hindering your personal growth but also sowing seeds of resentment and dissatisfaction. In the philosophy of Stoicism, there's a strong emphasis on self-improvement and the celebration of personal progress as critical elements of a virtuous life. Therefore, when someone close to you continuously undermines your achievements, they're not just affecting your mental health. They're contravening the Stoic ideals of support and mutual respect. Stoics believe in maintaining environments that uplift and support personal growth and positivity. Let's consider a modern example. Imagine you've just received a promotion at work after months of hard work and dedication. You're excited to share this news with your partner, expecting joy and encouragement. Instead, you're met with a half-hearted congratulations and a quick diversion to their own successes, or worse, a critique that you could have done better. This pattern, if repetitive, not only dampens your spirits but could also make you question your own worth and achievements. What should you do if you find yourself in such a situation? Recognizing this undermining pattern is the first critical step. The next is to take decisive action, whether it involves a serious conversation about how their behavior affects you or, in some cases, distancing yourself to preserve your well-being. Stoicism teaches us that protecting our inner peace is paramount, and sometimes that means cutting ties with those who consistently bring negativity into our lives. So, why tolerate negativity that stifles your growth? Isn't it better to surround yourself with people who recognize and celebrate your accomplishments? By doing so, you not only adhere to Stoic principles, but also foster an environment where you can thrive. What steps can you take today to ensure your surroundings uplift and support you? Remember, every decision to distance yourself from negativity is a step toward embracing a life filled with positivity and growth. 15. Perpetuation of dependency. In the realm of relationships, the balance between support and dependency is delicate and profound. Think about this. Does your relationship fortify your individual strength, or does it tether you to a state of dependency? This distinction is crucial, as Stoicism, a philosophical doctrine embracing resilience and self-sufficiency, teaches us the value of independence within interpersonal connections. Marcus Aurelius once wisely stated, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values." If a relationship consistently nurtures dependency, be it emotional, financial, or intellectual, it can stifle personal freedom and growth, which are cornerstone values in Stoicism. In such relationships, dependency doesn't merely linger, it transforms into a defining element, creating a lopsided power dynamic. This imbalance can make one person excessively reliant on another, eroding their ability to make independent decisions or pursue personal interests. How do you feel when making decisions? Are they yours, or shadowed by someone else's presence or influence? Recognizing and confronting this unhealthy dynamic is not just advisable, it is imperative for maintaining the health and sustainability of any relationship. Stoicism isn't about enduring hardship stoically, rather it's about recognizing when a situation, like an overdependent relationship, contravenes the principles of self-sufficiency and personal integrity. When dependency becomes the scaffold rather than the exception, it might be necessary to consider severing ties. This step, though arduous, aligns with the Stoic commitment to autonomy and virtue. It's about reclaiming one's independence, not as an act of selfishness, but as an act of self-respect. Seneca's words echo this sentiment perfectly. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. Are you ready to walk this path? This difficult but vital decision ensures you are not only preserving your autonomy, but also nurturing relationships that respect and encourage mutual independence. As you reflect on your own relationships, ask yourself, are they enhancing my self-reliance, or are they perpetuating a dependency that limits my personal growth and freedom? In conclusion, while the Stoic philosophy promotes enduring and overcoming adversity, it also champions the freedom of the individual spirit. Thus, in relationships that fundamentally challenge this freedom through sustained dependency, it may be wise to cut ties, thereby fostering an environment where one's virtues and independence can flourish. The 5 best ways to get rid of a bad relationship. In life, not all people we consider to be family, friends, or colleagues are good or can enhance the quality of our lives. On the contrary, they bring troubles and problems that negatively affect the lives of others. Recognizing and eliminating toxic relationships is an important step to protect your mental health and improve the quality of your life. Below are 5 effective ways you can do this. 1. Self-awareness and relationship evaluation. Navigating the complexities of relationships, especially those that may be harmful, demands a Stoic mindset, rooted in self-awareness and rational detachment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Reflecting on this, it becomes imperative to cultivate a deep understanding of the inner workings of one's relationship and recognize the negative impacts it can harbor. To embark on this path, begin by setting aside moments of introspection. It's about pausing the relentless pace of life to truly contemplate the dynamics of the relationship in question. Consider not just the apparent issues, but probe deeper into how these problems make you feel and think. This isn't about quick judgments, rather it's about a measured, thoughtful evaluation. Writing down your emotions and thoughts can serve as a powerful tool for clarity. It externalizes what may be internal chaos and provides a clearer picture of the realities you face. Why is this reflection so crucial? Because, in the wisdom of the Stoics, understanding one's own mind and reactions is the first step toward freedom from them. By identifying and articulating the specific aspects of the relationship that are detrimental, you're preparing the ground for actionable change. This self-assessment is not just a fleeting exercise. It's a profound commitment to reclaiming your emotional equilibrium and fostering resilience. This form of reflective practice aligns closely with modern life, where relationships can often become complex and emotionally draining. In today's world, the ability to detach and view one's personal situations from an objective standpoint is invaluable. Advice here would be to embrace this reflective practice not as a sporadic act, but as a regular part of your life. The insights gained from such exercises can light the way forward out of the shadows of a detrimental relationship and into a healthier, more self-aware existence. Thus, by embedding Stoic principles into our daily lives, particularly in the context of challenging relationships, we not only enhance our emotional intelligence, but also empower ourselves to make decisions that are rooted in dignity and self-respect. 2. Set clear limits. Establishing clear boundaries is a pivotal step in detaching from an unhealthy relationship. Often, People may not realize they've crossed your personal limits. It's crucial to be candid and set firm boundaries with them. Clearly explain what makes you uncomfortable and what you cannot tolerate. This conversation might be tough, but it's essential for preserving your well-being and ensuring that your relationships respect your personal space. Imagine, for a moment, the story of Jamie, a software developer who found herself overwhelmed by her partner's constant demands on her time and energy. Jamie loved her job and valued her independence, but her partner's incessant needs began to encroach on her professional life. It was not until a close friend pointed out the toll it was taking on her that Jamie decided to have a candid conversation with her partner. She outlined what times were unacceptable to interrupt her while she was working and which parts of her life were off limits for criticism. This step not only salvaged her mental health but also saved her relationship by setting clear, sustainable boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no. It's also about communicating your values and ensuring they are respected. Why is this step so challenging, yet so necessary? It forces us to consider our self-worth and to assert it. Moreover, it tests the strength and flexibility of the relationship. A relationship that respects boundaries is one that fosters mutual respect and understanding. What are the boundaries that you might need to establish in your own relationships? Are they clear in your mind? And how might you communicate them effectively? By considering these questions, you begin to take the first steps toward healthier interactions. As you reflect on these ideas, remember that setting boundaries is not just a protective measure, it's a proactive step toward a healthier, more respectful relationship. Through stories like Jamie's, we learn that while these conversations may be difficult, they are often the foundation for a stronger, more enduring connection. The lesson here is clear. Respect yourself enough to set boundaries and demand they be respected, for this is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. 3. Gradually reduce exposure. Navigating the stormy seas of a bad relationship can be incredibly challenging, especially when abrupt endings are not always feasible or desirable. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." This holds true when contemplating the gradual withdrawal from a negative relationship, be it with a friend, partner, or even a colleague. You might wonder, how can one start to gently disengage without causing too much turbulence in their daily life? Imagine you are in a boat, and instead of abruptly turning it around, you gently adjust the sails. This metaphor can guide you as you slowly decrease your interactions and emotional investments in the relationship. Begin by setting firm boundaries for yourself. What are your non-negotiables? Reflect on your values and the level of interaction you are comfortable with. By establishing these limits, you start to reclaim your power and space. Further, prioritize your well-being by subtly reducing the time spent together. If daily interactions are inevitable, try shortening their duration or limiting their scope. You might limit conversations to necessary topics or opt for group settings rather than one-on-one encounters. What situations would this person drain you the most? Identifying these can help you strategically minimize exposure to emotionally taxing scenarios. Moreover, enrich your own life with positive interactions and self-development. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By focusing on personal growth and surrounding yourself with supportive relationships, you enhance your resilience and happiness, making the fading out of negative influences more natural. Now ask yourself, what small step can I take today to distance myself just a bit more from a relationship that no longer serves me? Each small action is a step toward a healthier emotional environment. It's important to remember that while ending relationships can be painful, prioritizing your mental health and well-being is a profound act of self-respect. Through this gradual process, you not only protect your peace, but also prepare yourself for healthier, more fulfilling interactions. So, as you consider your next steps, think about how each decision aligns with your deepest values and contributes to your ultimate well-being. How will these changes enhance your life? This thoughtful approach, grounded in Stoic wisdom, ensures that you navigate away from stormy waters towards calmer seas, where your well-being is the priority. 4. Seek support. Seeking support is an integral step when navigating the rough waters of ending a bad relationship, drawing on the wisdom of ancient Stoicism to fortify our modern actions. As Seneca once advised, one of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and be understood. This is a reminder of the value of confiding in friends, family, or professionals who can offer perspectives outside our emotional storm. In times of personal turmoil, it's often challenging to see the forest for the trees. By engaging with trusted confidants, we gain access to invaluable advice that might otherwise be obscured by our biases or hurt. These individuals serve not just as sounding boards, but as mirrors, reflecting our circumstances from angles we might not have considered. The process of sharing our struggles can also be cathartic, providing relief and strengthening our resolve to move forward. Moreover, the act of seeking help is a testament to the strength of character. It demonstrates an understanding that personal growth often requires external input, and that there's wisdom in not facing life's challenges alone. This approach aligns with Marcus Aurelius's reflection that people exist for the sake of one another. Teach them then, or bear with them. In modern terms, this might translate into actively seeking guidance when ending a relationship, or showing patience as we assimilate the lessons derived from these interactions. Thus, seeking support is not just a step toward resolving a troubled relationship. It is a strategic move towards self-improvement and emotional resilience. As you reach out for support, remember that the journey of personal evolution is continuous, and every conversation can offer a new direction or reinforce the wisdom of the path you are choosing to walk. This engagement with others enriches our lives, provides clarity, and often a renewed sense of purpose as we navigate our personal and relational challenges. 5. Terminate the relationship when necessary. Ending a relationship when it becomes a source of harm is undeniably challenging, yet it is sometimes the most courageous and necessary step one can take. It's essential to recognize the signs of a deteriorating relationship: constant negativity, lack of support, and a perpetual feeling of emotional exhaustion. Acknowledging these can be the first step towards making a difficult, yet vital, decision. Taking this leap requires immense bravery. It's not merely about ending a relationship, it's a profound statement of self-respect. It declares that you value your mental health and well-being enough to walk away from anything that threatens it. This decision, though heart-wrenching, paves the way to a healthier environment where one can thrive rather than merely survive. What could your life look like free from the chains of negativity? Picture waking up feeling lighter, unburdened by the dread of another day's criticism or disappointment. This isn't just a fleeting daydream. It's a tangible future that begins with a tough choice. For those pondering this path, it's crucial to approach such transitions with a plan and support. Whether it's confiding in trusted friends, seeking professional counseling, or establishing new routines that reinforce your independence and self-worth, each step is a building block toward a more fulfilling life. As we consider the journey of moving beyond harmful relationships, it's vital to ask ourselves, are we holding on to something that no longer serves us? This question isn't meant to provoke a quick decision, but to encourage deep reflection on the value of our connections. In conclusion, remember that ending a toxic relationship is more than an act of separation. It's a commitment to your own health and happiness. The courage to let go ultimately teaches us about resilience, self-respect, and the limitless potential of a life unencumbered by emotional strife. As you move forward, cherish the lessons learned and embrace the freedom that comes with choosing well-being over familiarity. In doing so, You not only transform your life, but also set a powerful example for those around you to seek and sustain healthier relationships. As we conclude today's discussion on the 12 Stoic signs that it might be time to cut all contact with someone, remember that recognizing these signs is not just about navigating difficult relationships. It's about prioritizing your peace and aligning with your Stoic values of self-respect and personal integrity. Think about the relationships in your life that may be lacking in mutual respect, and consider what steps you might take to protect your mental and emotional well-being. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today. How will you apply these principles to improve your relationships and enhance your life? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights not only help you to grow, but also support our community in fostering deeper understanding and resilience. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon on Stoic in Your Life to stay updated with our latest content. By doing so, you join a community dedicated to practical wisdom and personal growth. Thank you for your time, and remember, your journey towards a healthier, happier life is a testament to the strength of your character. Let's continue to grow together.